I salute each and every God who has visited this earth planet in the human form to celebrate their beautiful inherent impregnated consciousness. God, Divinity, super consciousness, Almighty, Spirit, Soul, Father, Source. Yes, these are all alternative descriptions which we use oftenly to define the grandest God. All these eons together, man has been desperately searching for the beautiful consciousness called God. The man's quest for God has never ever been satisfied. In spite of man's vigorous attempts, man was unable to accomplish God outside. But the quest of the human being to accomplish God has been continuously there for generations together, for incarnations together. The irony is, all the masters, all the beautiful so-called masters who have visited this earth planet were teaching that, were proclaiming that God doesn't exist outside the human being, and the God exists very much within the human being. In the sense, there are no two separate elements called God and human being, because God and human being are one and the same. All these masters have been trying to teach the human being that God doesn't exist outside of you, but He is very much impregnated within you. All these masters were teaching the human being that you are God. You are God. The truth is, the grandest phenomenal teaching is, I am God. But it is a very toughest subject. It is the very toughest concept for a human being to digest, the concept called I am God. Because he has been listening to several teachings that God exists outside, the phenomenal concept called I am God. But through Vivekamrutham, my attempt is only one thing: to make the human being realize that he himself is a beautiful, grandest, divine being. I want every human being to realize the grandest truth called I am God. I am God. I am God. The human being should realize his divinity. I tell you honestly, my dear aspirants, the moment the realization starts, the real I session starts. The moment the realization starts, the ignorance of religion will stop. The Sanatana Sampradaya, the beautiful Sanatana Sampradaya, has been trying to teach the human being from eons together that no, God doesn't exist outside of you. You are a beautiful God. You are inborn with a beautiful, phenomenal consciousness. That super consciousness is God. How man is entitled to proclaim himself as God? I am trying to substantiate this statement. I want to make the aspirant realize that from eons together, all these grandest spiritual masters have been trying to teach the human being the grandest phenomenal truth that you are God, or I am God. Now I want to substantiate that beautiful truth. In this context, let us refer to the grandest scripture called Bhagavad Gita. Lord Sri Krishna, in chapter number 8, verse number 3, has described the Brahman called God, God called Brahman, and he says, the God or the Brahma is the blend of two beautiful qualities. The one is that which is supreme, the other is that which is forever. The blend of these beautiful two qualities can be termed as God. One, to proclaim himself as God, should necessarily have these beautiful phenomenon qualities. These grandest qualities are the prerequisites to claim oneself as God. The one is that which is supreme, and the two is that which is forever. What is supreme? The confusion of aspirant will grow further because no human being is having these two qualities. No human being can be supreme, nor he can be forever. So now his confusion gets more and more. See, I tell you honestly that every human being is inborn with these beautiful two grandest phenomenal concepts, that supremacy and that foreverness. Yes, I am proud to say that we are supreme, we are forever. Let us find out how we are supreme, how we are forever. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 2, verse number 12, Lord Sri Krishna proclaims that, Arjuna, you and me, all these emperors have been in existence since, and we continue to exist forever. In this sense, Lord Sri Krishna teaches the Arjuna that you, myself, and all these things are always in the existence, and we continue to exist forever. The grandest truth is, the grandest teaching of chapter number 2, verse number 12 is, there is no time when we don't exist. We have been in the existence always. There is no time where we don't exist. In the sense, we have been in the existence always. And he also says that we continue to exist. So, from this teaching, we can understand that we are all enjoying the grandest quality of swabhu. Swabhu means that which has emerged on its own, that which is not the consequence of anything else, but that which is the origin of every consequence. Because it clearly, that chapter number 2, verse number 12 says that we are not the consequence of something else. He says that there is no time when we do not exist. So, he categorically emphasizes that we have come into the existence as swabhu. An aspirant should realize his origin is swabhu. I repeat, swabhu means that which has emerged on its own, that which is not the consequence of anything else, but that which is the origin of every consequence. Because we have emerged on our own, we are not contaminated. That is why we are supreme. The another prerequisite quality to proclaim ourselves as God is that we are forever. In chapter number 2, verse number 12, he has categorically specified, emphasized that we are forever. With this evidence, with this testimony, I honestly appeal to all the aspirants to at least have an initiation to realize yourself. My teaching should be an initiation for you to realize your inherent, impregnated, original, beautiful super consciousness, the supreme consciousness called divinity, called God. I appeal to all the aspirants, if you are not God, under what capacity we are forever? If you are not God, under what capacity we have been in existence always, always, always. Again, I appeal to all the aspirants to think over, to realize, to contemplate, to have an introspection on this aspect. If you are not God, under what capacity you are forever. So, please realize that we are the beautiful spiritual beings. At least try to understand that we continue to exist even after we exit from this physical embodiment. The life continues. The physical embodiment is not a barrier for our life. We continue to exist even after we exit from this physical embodiment.